Hey everybody! I'm here today to show you and tell you how to paint a door with a paint sprayer. This will be a full tutorial, but also an easy tutorial, so let's get right into the video. As you can see, I've already started to paint this door, and let me explain this first. This is an old door that I'm no longer using. I renovated the house, and this is an old door that I was going to get rid of. But I figured that I would use it for some videos first, and I also had some spare paint, so I figured that I would use the paint and the door together along with my paint sprayer to make this video. Just make use of stuff that I no longer need, essentially, before I get rid of it. Now, the paint is a little bit thinned out. I did add water to it previously, so it's a little bit too thin, but you're gonna have to go with the idea of my instructions while ignoring the fact that the paint might seem a little bit too thin. So basically, what you wanna do, and I'll demonstrate in a moment, is you wanna pick a direction. Now, you're either gonna go this way, the long way, or the short way. It's kind of completely up to you. And obviously you want to pick a color. I'm just using the spare dark, like charcoal colored paint that I had. But you know, typically doors are painted white or an off-white color, but it's completely up to you. I've seen many black doors as well. They look great. Once you've picked your direction and your color, you're going to want to spray it on with the paint sprayer. Make sure your paint sprayer is set to a lower setting with regards to how much power and how much material it's going to output, because then you can always increase it later. So right now I have my paint sprayer set to a relatively low setting, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. So I'm going to get in front of the camera now. Let me flip my screen. There's a lot of glare, so it's going to be a little bit difficult for me to see what you're seeing, but I'm going to do my best. Now essentially what we're going to do is we're going to hold the paint sprayer I would say about 8 inches to 12 inches, so about 3/4 of a foot to about a foot away from, is that correct? No, it's about 2/3 of a foot to a foot away. So 8 inches to 12 inches is about 2/3 of a foot to a full foot away from the actual door. And we're gonna hold the sprayer down, and we're gonna go all the way through over the edge of the door. So we're gonna go something like this. Okay? Now you can stop once you get over the edge, but the next pass is going to be halfway covering what you already did. So I'm going to cover this, what I just sprayed, I'm going to cover it halfway and do an additional half on top. So by doing that, what you can see is like a full coverage over there. And this is like where, you know, for instance, I started a new line, so you can see that there's a little bit of overspray over the edge there. So I'm just going to cover that up. But that is essentially the perfect demonstration of why you should cover halfway over, because you're always going to get a little bit of overspray, and you want to make sure you cover that overspray and fill it in. Okay, so you're going to keep going back and forth. I'll do a few more passes just like this. Now, as you can see, I'm releasing the lever, I'm releasing the trigger every time I go over the edge, and that's one option. You can continue spraying, but I'm doing that just to limit the overspray and limit the waste of material, the material that gets just wasted on the grass. Now, you're going to continue doing that with the whole door, okay? When you're done one panel, you're also going to be painting the sides and potentially the top and the bottom. Oftentimes, people won't do the top and the bottom, but you definitely want to do the sides. Now, with all of that being said, as you can see with this method, it's on the ground. I can only paint one side at a time. And that works well in most cases if you have a lot of time to do the job, and also if you are limited with regards to the space that you can do and you want to control the overspray. This is your best option, because the overspray is just basically sticking to right over here. However, if you want to spray both sides at the same time, what you can do is you can secure the door hanging from something. So essentially, I would get 2 hooks, and I would secure the hooks to, let's say, the bottom of the door frame over here. Okay, I would secure those hooks to the bottom of the door frame, and then I would hang the door from a ceiling joist, or it could be from like a tree branch or anything like that, anything. But you have to understand that you're going to get overspray when you do that, so you need to control the overspray by creating either a spray booth or just doing it outside. In this situation, this is just a spare door, so I didn't want to go through the hassle of hanging it, you know, and showing you how to do both sides when I could just explain it. Just because I'm not really painting this door. Like, this door is going to be going in the trash soon. Okay, I'm using it for tutorials, and then it's going in the trash. But yeah, that's essentially it. Just make sure you don't forget the sides and potentially the top, especially if it's a main floor door where you're gonna have a view from, let's say, an upper floor, you know, of the top of the door on the main floor. You want to paint the top, because people are going to notice that if you leave the door open, they're going to see the top of the door is not painted. So make sure you do that. I mean, if no one's going to see the top of it, who cares? But if someone can see the top, then make sure you do that. But that's essentially it. That is how to paint a door with a paint sprayer. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.